Hey, Pastor Blake here, lead pastor for the TheCity.Church at San Marco, and welcome to your OC. OCs, or outreach communities, exist to demonstrate and declare the way of Jesus through authentic community. And every Sunday, OCs come together for a time of inspiration and encouragement as we worship together in neighborhood churches. Now, your OC is not a program. It is a people, because the way of Jesus is not about rules, it's actually about rhythms. And each OC has 3 rhythms. The first is what we call discipleship groups. The second is family meals. And the final one is what we call third spaces. Let's start with discipleship groups. Discipleship groups are 4 to 7 followers of Jesus that gather 2 or more times a month. And group meetings are typically about 60 minutes and include 5 practices of discipleship. Here are the 5 practices. First, we look up. This is a time of worship. Then we look in. We care for one another in the group. Then we look out, which is we encourage each other in sharing the gospel. Then we look back. We share our struggles with one another. And finally, we look forward, which is we study the scriptures together. Now, some groups use a book or curriculum, but most groups simply pick a reading plan, read the Bible, and answer 4 questions together. They are, what does this passage teach us about God? What does this passage teach us about people? What does this passage teach us about the gospel? And how will this passage change the way you live? At least once a month, all of our discipleship groups come together for a family meal where we share communion together. Now, we believe that healthy Christian community is actually an apologetic or a proof for the gospel, which means that these are easy and fun opportunities to invite a friend to take their first steps towards God. And finally, every OC has at least 1 third space, and we encourage OC members to participate as they are able. A third space is a place that is normal, which means that we go there at least monthly. It's natural, which means you actually want to be there. And it's neutral, which means it's not an overtly Christian space where we just demonstrate the gospel to our city. Now, joining an OC is a commitment, but your local church wants to make that commitment back to you. In fact, each OC is underneath the care of a local deacon and/or an elder that have partnered with your discipleship group leader and your OC leader to care for you and your family, because we think that church isn't just like a family, it actually is a family. We're better together, and together we can see our vision of revival in Jacksonville through the local church.